G'day, mate. Welcome back to Factorio with me, JetX. So, it's coming to the end of the year, which means I have one final chance to run one last community map. And I have to admit, I couldn't decide what to run because over the last 18 months or so, I think I've run about 12 different community maps. And all of them have had their own specialized theme. Everything's been a little bit different. Every map has had its own special flavor, its special challenge that players had to overcome. And being a community map, there were lots of players working together. So what challenges that may be insurmountable on your own suddenly become very, very easy if enough players come along and join in. So I've decided for this particular map, we're going to go through the top hits from the last 12 or so community maps. And in no particular order, we're going to have a little bit of race to the edge. A lot of people wanted to be in that map. They really missed being able to play the race to the edge scenario, which was trying to get to the edge of the Factorio map, which turns out is 1,000,000 tiles away. At the same time, they missed building artillery like the world has never seen before. Because it's only when you're racing to the edge of the map, when you have unlimited track space, do you get to build insanely large artillery. On top of that, one of the next maps we actually ran was the Great Australian Bight. The Great Australian Bight was a little bit like Australia. There was a few biters involved. A lot of biters involved. And then on top of that, I think it was the month after that, we did Red Sea, which was, believe it or not, had more biters in it. I have no idea how I managed to do it, but there were definitely more biters involved, I think, in Red Sea than there were in the Great Australian Bight. We also had a couple of other unique maps over the last 12 months, well, the last 18 months. We also had Saving Santa. Saving Santa was a special map that Santa came and visited on Christmas Day, popped into the base, happened to blow up a nuclear reactor or two. But it was still nice to see Santa and say hello. So far, what you can take away is we're racing to the edge of the map, which is probably the North Pole, to visit Santa, and there's going to be plenty of biters on the way. To top that off, we've had a few other community maps over the months. We also had the Maze Runner map, which had some particularly unique biters. They were not just going with the good old vanilla flavor. There was just a few unique ones that may or may not absorb different types of damage and may or may not be immune to like fire or laser or nukes. You know, just putting it out there. We also had the February Forest one, which was slightly thick with forests. It was a little bit hard to walk around and not end up with 10,000 wood in your inventory. We topped that off with the June Jungle, where there was still the same amount of trees, but they accidentally lit on fire occasionally. Well, when a biter died, occasionally it would turn into a tree that happened to be on fire, which was really bad in the middle of a forest. Yeah, you can imagine how that went down. We've also had a couple of other maps thrown into the mix. In April, of course, being the season of Easter, we had a couple of Easter eggs laid around the map for you. You could choose to ignore these things, or you could choose to dig them up. If you chose to dig them up, I shall warn you that occasionally they happen to have presents in them, but more often than not, they happen to have biters, because obviously biters are laid in eggs and they hatch out of eggs, so you had to deal with biters. So that's also a warning in there for you. We also had another really, really fun one, was the hot potato in space. I can tell you this time around, we're not doing space because it's far too easy to get from one end of the map to the other in space, you know. There's not a whole lot to slow you down. But we are going to have a hot potato. Hot potato is great. You know, nobody wants to have the hot potato because the hot potato, every now and then, suddenly the timer goes off with 5 seconds warning if you're lucky, and biters dig up out of the ground around the player that happens to be the hot potato and charge at them. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a, you know, good luck if you happen to be the hot potato. So, this particular map, we're going to import the map settings. I'll go through the map settings really, really quickly, give you an idea of what's going to happen. We have lots of all the different resources. You're never going to be fighting for resources. Resources are easy. Terrain, there's no water and there's no trees. There's plenty of cliffs, but there's no water and there's no trees. You've been warned. Enemy, Of course, there's going to be lots of them. They're going to be big. And in fact, I'm even going to be generous enough and give you guys the maximum starting size. Of course, enemy expansion is going to be on. Biters are out there. You're going to have to deal with them. And lastly, of course, the research queue is going to be on. They are going to be the details of this map. It is only 1,000 tiles wide. You only have to clear a 1,000 tile path from there out to Santa. And I hope to see you guys on the map where you can come and with me and come and say hello to Santa. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this little quick trailer. There's been some montages of some of the different maps we've played over the last year and a half. I welcome you guys to join. It is an open community map. All the details are posted on my Discord. So top link in the description. Click that. Jump on the Discord server. In there's a room called Server Info. All the info will be there the second the server goes live. It will be going live sometime the next 48 hours from when you guys actually see this video on YouTube. I can't say exactly when, but it will be going live. I will be streaming the event whenever I have the time. On top of that, I'll just be playing the event when I have time to play, but not stream. Those streams will end up on YouTube sooner or later, I hope. But yeah, it's one of those events that, honestly, if you enjoy Factorio, you have the time to spare, come join us on the map. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys on the community map. Don't forget, top link in the description is a Discord link. Click that now. It's quick, it's easy. You can come, jump on, find out all the details, and I'll see you guys there.